laser lipo, lipocavitation, skin tightening, butt and breast lift, vaginal steaming, and so much more. Why don't you dare to be body? Call now for your free consultation, 313-434-4404.
The new standard of trucks is already here.
The 2021 Ram 1500 Laramie.
Here at Northland Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
The 2021 Ram offers a workhorse engine that makes easy work of your towing and hauling needs. With a head-turning design, the Ram 1500 Laramie is durable, functional, and stylish. From the 100% leather seating to the impressive cabin technology, a 12-inch Uconnect touchscreen, the Ram is the most luxurious truck in its class. With cutting-edge safety and security technology, the Ram makes your peace of mind our biggest priority.
Come and take a test drive with me, Dan Jones.
And the 2021 Ram 1500 Laramie.
Here at Northland Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram.
Stop looking in the rearview mirror of life filled with regrets. Stop regretting life with I woulda, coulda, shoulda before it's too late. Live life on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose.
Get your copy of Living and Loving Life Without Regrets by going to any of the various retailers listed on the screen.
Good morning, my Saturday morning connectors. It's a great day. It's a great morning. It's a great year. It's a great moment. Keep believing, keep hoping, keep hope alive. Live from the new studios, the Marketplace Connection is on the air. I want you to leap into your destiny, upgrade your thinking, expand your capacity because God wants to give you more. You are more than what you have become. Well, good morning, my Saturday morning connectors. I am so glad to be here with you today in 2022. I am your host connector. I am Linda Hunt. I am so happy to be here with you once again. We have a wonderful show for today. I am so excited about my two guests who you will meet in a few moments. But before we get into the show today, and this month, rather, is the month of Black History Month. And so we just wanted to bring you somebody today that I felt was just worthy of our giving some accolades to and giving you a little knowledge about. And I wanted to just talk about somebody called Marian Anderson in this Black History Month. In celebration of Black history. We know all people matter, but this month, because it is Black History Month, I just wanted to, might be some children watching, and I wanted them to hear a little bit of history about somebody they might not know about. And Marian Anderson was born in February, my month. I have a birthday coming up in the 24th, so just in case you put that on your calendar, okay? The 27th of February, she was born in 1897. And she died in April of 1993. She was 96 years old. She was an African American contralto. Very, very, had a beautiful voice. I mean, operatic, very beautiful. She performed a wide range of music from opera to spirituals. And she performed with renowned orchestras and major concerts and recital venues throughout the United States and Europe. Through 1925 to 1965 when she died. She was an important figure in the struggle of the African-American artists to overcome racial prejudice in the United States during the mid-20th century. And in 1939, during the era of racial segregations, the Daughters of American Revolution, or DAR, refused to allow her to sing in an integrated audience and in the Constitution Hall in Washington, D.C. Well, that incident impacted Ann Anderson in the spotlight of international community on a level unusual for a classical musician. And with the aid of the First Lady at that time, Eleanor Roosevelt, and her husband, the President Franklin D. Roosevelt, Anderson performed a critically acclaimed open-air concert on Easter Sunday. That was a very famous concert, and April 9, 1939, on the Lincoln Memorial steps at the Capitol. And she sang before an integrated crowd of more than 75,000 people and a radio audience of millions. So today we honor our mother, our mother that has come before us in the African American community, called Marian Anderson. So that is your Black History Notes for today. So we celebrate her. But today I have a wonderful, wonderful woman of God that is with us today. This woman, I've known her, from afar, and I've known her, up close. I've known her through the different things that she is doing right now, and we have now seen the fruition of it. And I've known her through her brother, Arthur Cartwright, who helped her, who is Arthur Cartwright. And if you don't get to know him, we'll talk a little bit about him in the interview. But I do want, for those of you that are entrepreneurs, I want you to know Arthur Cartwright, because if you have anything that is a product, I'm telling you, you need to know him. But Tiffany, being his sister, Tiffany has a product that she has come up with, and God has blessed her with her own product called the Glam Products, skincare products. Tiffany now has her products in Walmart. She also has it in Myers. She has it in various stores across the country. And so I want you to know her, to meet her. I want you to go to Walmart. I want you to go to Myers. I want you to go to the various stores that we'll talk about today, because she has her products on the shelves in these stores. So Tiffany, we welcome you to the Marketplace Connection. Thank you so much for being my guest today. So can we give it up for her today, for this woman of God that has worked so tirelessly to get her products in these major stores? So can we give it up for Tiffany Cartwright? Okay, we're going to play her clip and then we're going to come right back.
From welfare to Walmart is the mantra of a Detroit woman who has clawed her way back from bankruptcy to become a business owner on the path to success. It is an unlikely road she shares as inspiration for other African Americans who find themselves without hope. And tonight for Black History Month, the spotlight is on her, not just here in Michigan, but across the nation. To look at all of these glamorous photo shots that have detailed the amazing rise of Tiffany Cartwright into entrepreneurship, you would think the ride to the top has been smooth.
I literally lost everything. My home, my car, everything. I had to file for bankruptcy.
Tiffany grew up in Detroit, graduating from Renaissance High School, Michigan State University, and the University of Michigan Law School. She began serving as an administrative law judge.
You told me all of a sudden you lost your job.
It was basically due to budget cuts. So suddenly and without notice, I went from presiding over unemployment hearings to having to rely upon an unemployment check.
Tiffany says she relied on faith and her brother's empowerment program for inspiration.
He's like, that invention you've been dreaming of, he says, those concoctions you've been mixing in your kitchen, he said, that's a business you're sitting on.
For years, she had been mixing natural organic skincare products in her kitchen to treat her daughter's eczema. But from the kitchen to her store shelf is not easy.
How do you pick yourself up and get started?
There's a free class that's offered to teach you how to start your business.
That class taught her step by step how to set up an LLC, get certified as a woman-owned or minority business, and a bonus,
he announced that Shark Tank is coming and they're looking for business owners.
She pitched her Glam moisturizing brand to the sharks.
And we got a yes.
She now manufactures her glam products in the city. This 8-ounce jar sells for $14.97. It exfoliates, moisturizes, and as of January 31st, the Glam brand is also in 2 local Meijer stores, 200 Walmart stores, and 300 Stop & Shop stores on the East Coast. Her plan? To employ women who have been victims of domestic violence and human trafficking.
My goal is not to just give them a job, but to also give them the tools that they need so that they too can become entrepreneurs.
According to some estimates, selling to the Black consumer is a $300 billion opportunity. Yet,
African Americans only occupy 6% of the retail space.
Tiffany says the challenge is not to get on the shelf, but to stay on the shelf.
If I'm not successful in Walmart, then the next woman of color that comes with an awesome and amazing product that's knocking on Walmart's doors, they may be a little skeptical.
Tiffany has since been called back to her old job, but she knows there's more riding on her success as a business owner in Detroit, where the unemployment rate sits at 25%.
Not only do we need jobs, but we need job creators, and we have to be those job creators.
And for her, a seismic shift in the way she thinks about her journey.
You know what? I lost my job and found my purpose.
Now, if you are inspired by Tiffany's story, there are free empowerment classes in the city of Detroit to teach you how to open your own business on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays at 17910 Van Dyke, or go to globalempowerment.net for more information. Certainly an inspiration there.
Wow, what a testimony. I tell you, that is so wonderful. Well, I want you to give it up for my guest, Tiffany Nicole Cartwright. Can we give her a hand, producer? Can we just give a hand clap for Tiffany Nicole Cartwright? Come on. Wow, Tiffany. What a testimony. I am so proud of you. How does it feel? How does it feel to now know that you have your products on the stores?
You know, it is absolutely incredible. It is just awesome and amazing. I just give God all the glory, honor, and praise, because this is truly a dream come true.
Amen. And the name of your products are the Glam products, and you are the owner of the Amara. Is that the name of your company?
Products. Yes, it's Amara Products is the company. And Glam Body Scrubs. That's the actual product that's at Target and Walmart, Stop & Shop and Meijer.
Wow. And so you are certified as a minority-owned company. And so what does that mean, being certified? What does that mean?
Sure, absolutely. So certification is so crucial and so very important. I am certified as a woman-owned business as well as with a minority-owned business. And certification is so important is because, you know, right now these corporations have billions of dollars that are set aside to do business with minorities and women of color. However, in order to do that, to be able to engage with these other businesses, you do have to be certified, which means that there's an organization that will represent them that are in fact owned by a minority, a woman, a veteran, or whatever the organization is. And so that is the key that opens the door for minorities to do business with companies like Walmart, Target, Stop & Shop, all of them.
Okay. And so you went through the program with your brother. Is that what it was? Your brother being the person that has this particular program called, what is it, Global Empowerment?
Global Empowerment, yes. He is the founder of Global Empowerment Ministries. And so they offer free classes. There's a free class on Tuesday to teach you how to set up your LLC, as well as to set up your tax ID number, your Dun & Bradstreet, and then a free class to teach it certified through the SBA as well as a minority-owned business. And that's every Saturday. It's free, actually, at 1 o'clock.
Okay. All right. Now, how long did it take you to get your certification?
I mean, it's probably about, I want to say, usually about a 90-day process, because again, it's a verification where their goal is to make sure that basically you are who you say that you are. What they're trying to avoid is, because of the money that's being set aside in the amount or dollar amount of the contracts, they want to make sure that they're actually dealing with an owner or founder and not a person who's a representative asserting themselves as the owner. So in order to do that, they do verification of your workspace and verification of who you are, that you are a legal business, things along those lines. So the entire process is, I would say, roughly about 90 days to completion.
Okay. So tell us how you got started with the idea to start this skincare line. I know you talked a little bit about it in the clip. So yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so actually, I never dreamed of launching a skincare line at all. My daughter, Taylor, was born with eczema, and I would literally get in the kitchen and I was mixing concoctions to help treat her eczema because I didn't want to use any harsh chemicals or steroids. And so I would mix them and they actually helped her skin, and I would give them out for Thursday gifts, things that when money. And so later, when I was working as an administrative law judge, I lost my due to butts. And it just so happens I'm listening to my brother on the radio. He has a great program that comes on every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. on the Detroit Praise Network. And he's talking and he's like, that book that's inside of you. And he says, that dreaming of. He said those recipes that were given to you from your mother, your grandmother, your auntie. He said those concoctions you've been mixing in your kitchen. He says, that's a business you're sitting on. And he says, the world needs what you have. God didn't give that to you for you to just sit on it. And I'll tell you, that was the sudden light bulbs went off, and I thought, you know what? He's right. What am I doing? What am I sitting on here? I have no job. I could not get a job. And so I decided to take that plunge. He is, like I said, a free class to teach you how to incorporate your business. So I went through, I set up the LLC, got the tax ID number. And it just so happens that at that time when he announced that, after I got the business started, he announced that Shark Tank was coming to Detroit and looking for people to pitch products. And again, I've lost the job. I have nothing to lose. So I ended up pitching it to the Shark Tanks down at Tech Town. I've not gone to LA yet, but I did get a yes here at Detroit. He also announced that Walmart has a program. It's called Open Call. Do it every year. And they want products that are made in America. So myself and a group of us from Global Empowerment traveled all the way to Bentonville, Arkansas, and we pitched our products to buyers there. And I got a yes there as well. And after that, there was the opportunity to partner with Target, as well as Stop and Shop, as well as Meijer. Meijer's doing a huge promotion for Black-owned businesses at the Rivertown store and the Woodburn Market. And so I ended up getting into both of those locations as well. So it started, like I said, just with my mixing concoctions in the kitchen. And I always say, but God, he had a bigger vision for it. And so here we are.
Wow. It reminds me of that story in the Bible where, when the prophet went to the woman and he told her to go get the oil, and bottles, and not to go and to even borrow. And he said, and even not a few. And she never ran out of oil because she obeyed the prophet. Okay. And the same thing with you, going through, I know your brother, I've had, even before he became a pastor, I used to go to his Bible studies. And so he's always been entrepreneurial minded, all of his services and things of that nature. Yes, he speaks the word, he teaches the word, but he's always teaching about how you, the individual, can have your own business, that you can have your own products, no matter what it is, to make you money, because that's what we need. Money answers all things. And,
Yes.
And as, people of faith, we need more than just having faith. That, and the word tells us what? Faith without works is dead.
Works is dead. That's right.
And so you put your faith to work. And you came up with a product. Now, their products in terms of the things that you did in your kitchen. Your daughter, she was had eczema, and you just, was it a formula that you came up with, or you just tried different things?
I tried different things. I was desperate. I mean, if you know anyone who suffers from eczema, it's just so tough watching them. They're miserable, scratching in between the elbows, behind the knees, behind the ears. And so just watching her suffer, I was desperate. I had to find a solution. And so I would just mix and mix until I think that actually worked. And, my brother at Global Empowerment, he always says, what's given to you is not about you. It's always so much bigger than you. And so I had
Yes.
to think, how many other mothers have children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews that are suffering from eczema that could benefit from this product? And so that's how whatever God gives you, it's never about you. It's always to bless the masses. And so that's what inspired me. Like he says, who are you going to bless? Who are you going to help? And so compelled to figure it out, share it with the world, get it out there. I tease people off. I say, I don't turn down nothing but my collar. So when stores reach out and they say, hey, we want to bring a product in, it's a yes. It's always a yes, because there are people who need to be reached and people who need to be helped. So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
And I like what you said. You took your pain and turned it into purpose. I'm going to use that again, okay?
Absolutely.
I love that.
That's right.
And so
That's
many
right.
of us, yeah, so many times. Because hey, look, life is it's what it is, and you are going to have tribulations. You're going to have problems. You're going to have circumstances that come in life, and but you can't allow the circumstances of life to stop you from doing what you have been called and sent here to do. And I always tell my people. Yes, I always tell my people, you have a purpose. Every one of us have a purpose. And the purpose began right there in the beginning when God told us to be fruitful, to multiply, to replenish, to subdue, and take dominion. And that's what you are doing.
Exactly.
You are being fruitful. You're multiplying. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, it's so important to, that we understand that sometimes the things that happen in life that are so devastating and seem to be so awful. Oh my God, what are we doing? It's just God, he's preparing you what he has for you. And it's so important the way we look at it, that we continue to try in every, because if you had told me then that they're letting me go, my losing my job was going to result in this, it's like, you got to be kidding, right? But as I look back now, you heard me say at the end, I lost my job. I found my purpose. And so as I look back at it now, I'm like, what was the best that have ever happened for me? And so, I say that to encourage, your listeners know that when situations arise, we don't always want to, be so quick to say, oh, be the devil. Oh, I'm under attack, or, running from it, or letting it get the best of us, knocking us down and getting us down and depressed. No, we have to turn it around. That's where faith comes in. Like you said earlier, faith without works is dead. And so the true test of your faith comes not when you're walking on sunshine saying glory, hallelujah, amen. It's when those trials and those tribulations arise, where God is looking to see, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to handle it? Are you going to trust me? Are you going to look to me? Or are you going to walk around and sing and woe is me and just give up?
Yeah. And I can imagine, you being a lawyer, having a law degree, and you're presiding over cases, and, in unemployment, and then here you become a victim of unemployment.
Exactly. Who'd have thought? I always say God gave me a testimony that no one else, I don't think, on the face of the earth has. Okay. Because I was like, okay, this must be God, because you're exactly right. And I'm thankful, because I'll tell you what, when you're on the other side of it, you have a renewed sense. And I loved being on the bench. I loved being able to serve the citizens of the state of Michigan. And I'll tell you, being on the other side of the table, you understand what people go through. And what's left me with is a renewed commitment. I posted on my social media, I said that my grind to become a job creator stems from knowing what it's like not to have one.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it served you well, because a lot of times, and I know from my own personal experience, if things like that just don't happen and push us out the door, we would still be there because of that paycheck that's coming every week. And, we get so comfortable, and if sometimes it takes adversities to push you into your purpose, like you said, and the pain became the purpose. And now look at this. You would have never known that even this was something that you could develop into a product that now the world, Tiffany, can take advantage of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
it's such a blessing.
Amazing.
Well, and it's all about what you're going to do to help others. What I love about global empowerment is that the focus is not just on how to do it, but why. The purpose of
Yes.
wealth, why it's important to start and grow that business. Who are you going to help? Who are you going to bless? I am determined to continue to reach out and hire women who've been victims of domestic and human trafficking, as well as women who are returning citizens who are looking for and need a new lease on life. And not just to give them a job. I'm a firm believer in that saying, give a man a fish for a day, but teach him how to fish until he's a lifetime. That's what the goal is. My goal is to be able to create those jobs and teach them what they need so that they can become business owners themselves and create legacies for their own. So it is so important, and I'm so thankful, and I thank God so much for global empowerment, and that we're here in the city of Detroit. I encourage business owners because they do reach out and they say, "How did you get on the store shelves? How did you learn? What are the steps?" And I proudly let everyone know I learned everything that I know about being a supplier and getting into retail stores from global empowerment. And for those who are your viewers and listeners that are there, it's right in the city of Detroit. 17910 Van Dyke is the address. It's right between 6 and 7 Mile. And every Saturday, like I said, 1 o'clock, there's a certification class. Tuesdays are so important. There's a free class to teach you how to incorporate your business at 6 o'clock, followed by a 7 o'clock meeting where you're taken literally step by step through the process. Fridays, we have practice buyer meetings where we do a mock buyer meeting where you come with your product and you go on stage and you actually pitch your products, and you're given a list of the questions that buyers will likely ask you to make sure that you're prepared to get that deal with that big box retailer. So he's doing some amazing things, and I am a benefactor. I'm so thankful because if he wasn't doing what he's doing right now, I would not be here talking with you today and sharing the amazing testimonies that God has blessed me with. So
Amen.
this is
And what time?
just
What
awesome.
time does he come on the radio on Sunday mornings? I know it's Sunday mornings he comes
Yes,
on. What time?
at 9 a.m. and it's on the Detroit Praise Network. And you can either listen to it on 99.9, 96.3. You can also go to the Detroit Praise Network. They have a nice little listen live button, and you can listen from your cell phone wherever you are in the world.
Okay. Well, Tiffany, we are so very, very proud of you and what you are doing. And I know we're going to hear more and more about the Glam products. Can you give them your website or how they can get in touch with you?
Absolutely, absolutely. So the website is www.amaraglambodyproducts.com. AMARRAGLAM, and then bodyproducts.com. I am on Instagram at Glam Body Scrubs, GLAMBODYSCRUBS. Same as Facebook, Glam Body Scrubs. And the product is, you can get it on Target.com. You can get it on Walmart.com. You can visit a local Walmart store, your local Target store, put in a zip code. They'll tell you what the closest location is carrying it. For those who are on the East Coast, it's at 300 Stop and Shop stores. And for those in Detroit, I want to encourage you, please come down to the Detroit Rivertown Market by Meyer, which is right at 1475 East Jefferson in Detroit. I'm headed there now for our great Black History Month celebration. Also, the Meyer Woodward Corner Market, which is right on 13 Mile in Woodward, across from Beaumont Hospital.
Okay. Well, we will be looking to hear more from you and from your products. And now all of these products, before you go, they're scrub products for your face. Is that exactly what it is?
They're body scrubs for heels, knees, elbows, arms, legs. You can use them in the shower or in the bath, and they exfoliate the sugar. There's sugar, there's brown sugar, there's coffee. You can select whichever one you like, and they exfoliate and moisturize at the same time.
Okay. All right. So now we want you to go and get some of those products, as she has said, downtown at the Rivertown. For those of you that are in Detroit downtown, and that's the Rivertown. Is that a market or is that a Walmart down there?
That's the Rivertown Market by Meyer. It's Meyer Rivertown Market. It's newly built.
Okay.
It's absolutely fabulous, and it sits right down on the riverfront.
Okay. And for those of you that need to order, she has a website. Again, give them your website one more time.
Sure, and that's AmaraGlamBodyProducts.com. They can also order it off of Target.com or Walmart.com.
Okay. So for those of you that are in the city, please go and visit Pastor Art Cartwright. If you are interested in having a business, you do want to know, go through that program, that certification program. You can have your own products, no matter what it is. I don't think just because it's something that you think that somebody wouldn't buy, or you don't have what it takes, just know that you can go there and you can get under the training and get the certification that your products as well. That's at 17190 Van Dyke here in the city of Detroit. And Pastor Cartwright also has a factory that he employs people with. And his desire is, and particularly for those that come out that have been incarcerated, they come back into the system, they're not able to get jobs. He is also a employer of those that have been victims of felonies and different types of things that they have been incarcerated for. So please don't feel like you don't have a place to go and that you can't get a job or a business. Okay. So we do thank you again, Tiffany, for being our guest today on the Marketplace Connection. Thank you so much. We wish you much success, Tiffany. Thank you so very much. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we're going to take a commercial break and we're going to come right back. So don't leave us. We're going to be talking to David Cross of Quick Start Staffing. So stay with us.
Stop looking in the rearview mirror of life filled with regrets. Stop regretting life with I woulda, coulda, shoulda before it's too late. Live life on purpose, for a purpose, with a purpose.
Get your copy of Living and Loving Life Without Regrets by going to any of the various retailers listed on the screen.
Get your perfect body in 2022. Dare to be Bodied is offering laser lipo, lipocavitation, skin tightening, butt and breast lift, vaginal steaming, and so much more. Why don't you dare to be bodied? Call now for your free consultation, 313-434-4404.
Well, welcome back once again. We are here again on the Marketplace Connection. Thank you for staying with us. Hopefully you learned something from that first guest that I had, Tiffany Nicole Cartwright. And now we are going to be talking about, and we've talked about, we're doing this segment, and it is called Doing Small Businesses Doing Big Business in the Community here in the city of Detroit. So we want, for those of you that are entrepreneurs, we definitely want you to be inspired for some of these entrepreneurs that are doing big business. And so my next guest is Mr. David Cross. He is of the Quick Start Staffing here in the city of Detroit. Started in November of 2020 in hopes of continuing his purpose to drive is driven by being a service to people. That is what he is all about. And so he said that a lot of times we think that our background stop us from being great, but God chose a lot of people with horrible backgrounds to be great. So I walk in his image. And so we welcome today Mr. David Cross of Quick Start Staffing. Welcome today, David. Welcome. We are so excited to have you today. You are doing a phenomenal job of what you are doing here for those that are in, unemployed, that can't find jobs or don't have the resources to get to places. And you are a recruiter, is that correct, for various industries and companies? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We're a recruiter here, Metro Detroit, as well as in Georgia.
Okay. Oh, and Atlanta too.
Yeah, we're right outside in Rome, Georgia. We do some business in Flowery Branch, Georgia as well.
Okay. So David, tell us a little bit about how you got started and why you took this as an undertaking.
Well, for me, I got started years ago. I was working as an inspector for a guy named Earl Brown, Black-owned business. He ran that business, was transporting us to work back and forth, and I really took a liking to his business model. So as I worked and progressed through corporate America, here, I believe it was 5 or 6 years ago, I was director of operations. As my company dissolved, I took on a role as being CEO of community-based staffing. That was my first staffing agency with a partner. Here recently, I went on and took on being solo with Quick Start Staffing. And so now we've been here rolling for like a little over a year now in various markets, and it's been a blessing. The biggest thing that I love about it all is that being that service to people is fulfilling for me. I always love serving people, seeing them smile once you give them a job, seeing our felons come home and just being thankful, even sometimes crying that we're able to employ them. It's just so fulfilling for me. So every day I wake up, it's not work for me. It's just a walking light for me.
You developed even before Quick Start Staffing, and that is to help people because you said you have a love for the city of Detroit and for all of the things that are going on here, a lot of people being unemployed. And I saw that you recently bought a shuttle bus. Is that correct?
Yes, that's definitely correct. So one of the hardest things about being an employer is twofold. One is that a lot of employees can't get to work, and then you're not fulfilling your obligations to your client. So I'm not in the business of failing at all. So we had to come up with a solution. So that solution is that we bought a shuttle bus that now our employees can actually get back and forth to work. No issues. Does the bus route go that way? Hey, I need to bum a ride here or there, or just to get to the bus. It's just that you get to the shuttle and we're going to get you to work. It's no issues at all. And I love that part about our business. We care about our employees.
Wow.
We have a high employee retention. We definitely invest in our employees.
Wow, that is wonderful. You know, when I saw that, I said, man, this is a man with a mission. I mean, truly, because you've taken away all the excuses. You've taken away everything that would be, a hindrance to people getting, and particularly in the suburbs, a lot
Right.
of the buses don't go to certain places or they only go so far. So now you've created a way where people that don't have, cars, don't have transportation. And so
Right.
them hopefully having a job where they make money, now they can afford to buy their own car because you've taken away the obstacle of them being able to get to work. So I know you are felon friendly in terms of your hiring your staff. Your people that the people that come to you for being able to get jobs. And so you have I guess a rapport with the different employers that they are allowing even some of the people that have had felons to be able to come and get jobs. Is that correct?
Yes, that's definitely correct. So the big thing about that is that a lot of times we're discriminated against due to our past. I have a past, everyone has a past. And it's
Absolutely.
unfortunate, yeah, and it's unfortunate that, you're being judged by that past, but you're presently sitting in front of someone. And you should be only judged by who you are at this moment. It shouldn't be anything that you've been did or anything like that. So if we're going to be a God-driven country, it's hard for me to understand why we can't forgive so easily, especially a person that paid their debt to society. So for me, I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm here to get you to what you came here for, and that's for work. You come to looking for employment. So my clients are looking for employment, especially given this COVID crisis that we're going through. The employing people that want to work, you have a short labor force. We're here to ensure that we can deliver people, and people want to work. So if you're coming home and just because whatever it is that you did in that past life, you're here now. You're in front of me now looking for
Come on.
employment. So yeah, so it's only right that I give you employment. And my clients feel the same way. They say, hey, if they want to work, they show up to work, we'll hire them. And that's what we do. So any of my brothers and sisters that can hear my voice today that's looking for employment, and you feel like you're at wit's end and you have no other places to go, we're here for you. Quick Start Staffing will definitely get you what you need and where you need to be.
So what's the process, David, when someone comes to you? Tell us a little bit about what the process is.
So typically, everything's virtual. We hold orientations in person and things of that nature. So one process is that they just call us at 313-403-2934. And that'll get you to any of our recruiters. The line splits up, goes to one of our recruiters. Once they talk to you, they'll get an understanding of what it is that you're looking for, what type of employment, where you live at, what's good for you. And then we place you somewhere. And then we, do the background thing. Okay, you have some flags in your background, but it's not stopping you. It's just one little courtesy check we have to do, just to meet our obligations with our clients, but it's no barrier of stopping you for employment. So I don't want anyone to be deterred by us saying we have to background check you or anything like that. That's just typical process, but it's nothing stopping you from employment.
Okay. Now, are there any age limitations or anything of that nature? I mean, because I know there's a lot of seniors during that time when, the pandemic started. Some of them, left their jobs or were pushed out of their jobs. Is there any age limitations or anything of that nature?
No, I'm glad you say that because one of my recruiters, she's a stickler for our elders, and she's like, "Hey, we need to get them to work, and we need to place them in certain areas." So what we do is that when you come on board, if let's say you just feel like you can't work in a repetition of working in a plant or manufacturing setting, we place you where you feel. If it doesn't work out for you for a day or two, hey, come on back. We'll place you somewhere else where you're comfortable. We want you to find lifelong employment. We don't want you to just put up with something. Hands are hurting. You're going home aching. You're no good to anyone else at that point. So we want to find you something that's good for you. So if you feel like you can only look at parts and that part being no bigger than a remote control on a day-to-day basis, that's where we're going to put you. But if you feel like you got a lot of pep left in you and you want to get out there and rumble with the youngins or whatever, hey, we're going to put you right there on that assembly line and let you do what it do. So we cater to our employees. It's a spoiled environment. A lot of our competitors don't like it. They don't like looking at everyone as individuals, but we do. We try to be first name basis with everyone. We talk with everyone, and we reward our employees. So we take it very personal at Quick Start about our employees and how we treat them on a day-to-day basis.
Amen. Well, so what kind of jobs are available right now? What are some of the positions in case somebody is listening? Again, that number is 313-403-2934. So if you are listening, I want you to know I looked over some of the jobs that I saw. We have a flyer, and if my producer, after we talk for a little bit longer, he can put that up so you can see some of the different kinds of jobs. But tell us what kind of job opportunities are available for those that are seeking jobs.
Okay, so we have a stretch over Metro Detroit right now. So we're looking for quality inspectors in St. Clair, China Township, not St. Clair Shores, but China Township, St. Clair. Quality inspectors, assemblies in that area, pay ranging from 15 to 17. After 90 days hired in, that goes up to 18. We're looking for assemblers in Canton, Michigan, starting off at $17 an hour, hired in with full-time benefits. We're looking for facility maintenance over in Canton as well, weld automation, looking at around $20-30 an hour. We're looking for assemblers and forklift drivers here in Highland Park, paying between $15 and $17 an hour. We're looking for part-time admin with title insurance backgrounds, paying $16 to $17 an hour. We have a host of jobs we're looking to fill. So it's if you're looking for work, we have it for you. This is just plain and simple. If you're looking for it, we can place you somewhere, which is a good thing, and we want you to work, so we're going to work with you. If you can't work this week and you can only start next week, that's fine. We're working with you. We'll put you on alert, and when the job that comes up that fits what you're looking for, we're going to call you and fill it. We're going to cater to you to ensure that you have a great experience with us as well, are placed in a great environment.
Wow, that is amazing. I mean, these are good paying jobs.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
jobs
and
are,
it's
I
paid
mean, most of
weekly.
them are, go ahead.
Yeah, and they're paid weekly as well.
Okay. And you're being paid weekly. Wow.
Yes.
Now, are these part-time jobs or can they lead into full-time employment or what?
Yes, they lead into full time. Most cases, you're going to work with me for your probationary period for 90 days, and
Hmm.
then you're hired in with the company for full
Oh,
benefit package. You know your whole bang, and sometimes you even get a pay increase when you roll over.
wow. That is amazing. So, and some of them, they said, as I'm reading some of your information, they're friendly, felon friendly, weekly pay, employee rewards,
Yeah,
transportation.
I love that part.
Wow. I mean, my goodness, I mean, what more can you ask for? For those of you that are looking for a job, I'm telling you, this is the man to know. Mr. David Cross is the man to know. Okay. You got transportation, you got great pay, can lead you into full-time employment. There is no excuse because the transportation and are there various points or how do they get to the transportation? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the transportation is at all the major bus depots. So Rosa Parks, 7 Mile and Telegraph, 8 Mile and Gratiot. You get there, we getting you to work. You know, so it's no excuse. And I don't want to say this. I know we're on TV and all, but if we have to come by, like if we're headed to 8 Mile and Gratiot from Rosa Parks, and we have to stop and grab you on the way on Gratiot or whatever, that's no issue. Our driver will take care of that, so that's fine. But we don't want to make it routine, right? Because we want to make sure that we're getting everyone to work on time, so that we're satisfying our client as well.
Wow.
Yeah. So
And you come back and pick them up as well?
we take you and pick you up from work. It's a full swing. To getting you there and back. So every day.
Wow, that is amazing. Can we give it up for Mr. David Cross? I'm telling you,
Perfect body in 2022. Dare to be Bodied is offering.
it's amazing. Well, I tell you, you have such a drive and a love for people, number one, and for what you're doing, number two, and for the city of Detroit, for those that have been not able to get employment or been through various situations and trials, and you've taken away a lot of the things that people would have that, obstacles in their life. We all have them. But this is a way that you have been used to take away the obstacles. So before I go, I also want to talk a little bit about you also have I guess another a business that you do, which is cleaning up some of the boarded up homes or boarding up the home in the community. So tell us a little bit about how you got started doing that. I watched a video of you and going into some of these neighborhoods and taking away the danger of these houses being open. And give us your why and how you got started doing that.
It's actually it's heartfelt because one of our friends, his daughter was sexually assaulted in abandoned garage, and the whole neighborhood, we took to that. So a couple of my friends and I got together and just started boarding up homes around the city, immediate in that neighborhood at first. And then we caught the ear of Rico Razzo, who works over there for the city of Detroit. And then he came out and said, "Hey, you guys going to be doing this all the time?" And then next thing you know, 300 homes later in the summer, the
Wow.
city is sending us boards for homes to board the houses out up. The district managers are reaching out saying, "Hey, this elderly lady is having an issue with a abandoned home next to her. Can you go board it up?" And then from there, it graduated to the city gave us a contract to board the houses up. So a lot of the homes that you see from the land bank that are boarded up, 9 times out of 10, we did that. We boarded that house up for the city. So it's been a great pleasure in boarding those homes up and keeping our kids safe on there routes to school. But in the end of the day, that's a Band-Aid, right? It's only temporary. Our true goal is to actually put people in those homes, renovate them, rehab, and have families there. I have been an investor, real estate investor for years now, and to see something vacant and then next to see a family enjoying themselves on the porch or out front it brings tears to your eyes, because that's how you build the community. That's how you rebuild. You put people in those homes and you get kids into these schools.
Yeah, yeah. And that's called It Starts at Home is the name of that business. Is that it?
Yes, it starts at home,
Wow,
because it
wow.
definitely does.
Well, yeah. Well, I know I watched the clip and I was just so inspired by you and your guys going in these homes and in the dangerous neighborhoods and things of that nature. So you're working in two dimensions. I mean, you love people and you're working getting them jobs, and then you're keeping them safe in the community. And that's why I called this segment called Small Businesses Doing Big Business in the Community, because what you are doing is making a big impact. You're making a big impact and getting people's lives back on track in both ways, getting them employed, getting them to the place of employment, and then as well, keeping the community safe by boarding up these homes. So your why is all about people and the restoration
Yes,
of people. Yeah.
yes,
So I know one of the things that you said before I let you go, and I'm always so inspired by that you said your mom and dad have been married over 40 some years, and they
yeah,
inspired you, to keep God in your life. You said your mom and dad put God in your life, and that it's just so refreshing to hear a man talk about that and their reason for doing what they're doing because of the love that their mother and father had. And now you are carrying that legacy on, doing what you're doing, loving people, keeping people, getting people employment, and then keeping their neighborhoods as well safe. So I really applaud you for that. Your mom and dad instilled those things in you, and you're still carrying them out to this day. So, you have a wonderful, just your mantra of why you do things. Your why is just so great and so big. So what's next for you?
What's next for me is we're adding more buses is one.
Okay.
Taking this thing nationwide. We have a lot of suppliers in a lot of areas around the country that they're looking to push us into those regions and those markets, and we're going to do it. And then my end game is just like I told you in a little summaries, that I want to humanitarian. That's where I want to be. I want to be boots on the ground and some of our impoverished areas outside the nation, back to the motherland, to Africa, helping bringing wells to areas without water, that whole shebang. I just want to deep dive into helping people. I want to wake up and that's all I do. When this thing's said and done, and they're reading my obituary, and it's the stadium's packed, right? I want to leave something. I want to leave something behind that is actually that's awesome. I believe in my legacy, and I see my vision, and I want to roll with it. I want to lay down with it and get it done. I'm a visionary, idealist, and I have a strong team of people that support me, being like, say, social media, real life, or whatever the case may be. I have a strong network and support system, and I believe it's nothing I can't do. It's only what I choose not to do.
All right. Well, you are truly doing what the word of God says. You're replenishing, you're multiplying, you are taking dominion in the area that because there might be other staffing services, but to the extent that you do it, and particularly here in the city, I don't really know any other staffing service that has gone to that extent to get the employees there, without having to worry about the cost of gas, number one, because gas is high, and then worrying about not having transportation. I think that is just excellent. So I applaud you. I really do.
Thank
And
you.
you just keep up the good work about what you're doing. So give us give us your number or your website one more time, because I want people to know that's what this broadcast, the Marketplace Connection, is all about. We want you to know, in terms of being a businesses or any other the industries that you desire to be in, this is what we do. So I want you to give them your number one more time. And if you have an Atlanta number that you know by heart, if there's people outside of this state, because there's people that watch from all over the country, if you know that number, how they can get in touch with you, even in the Atlanta area.
All right, they can get in touch with us here locally and in Atlanta, actually, through that number, and we'll spread out to the other recruiters. 313-403-2934, and our website is quickstartstaffing.com. It's just QUICK START staffing STAFFING.
All right. Well, Mr. David Cross, I thank you so much for your time. I know you're quite a busy man, but I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to come and be a part of the audience of the Marketplace Connection. Okay. So we will meet whenever we get back in our studio. We will meet. Okay. I definitely want to meet you. I would definitely keep people keep them informed about what you're doing, because you're making a major impact in the city and in the Atlanta area. You're making a major impact, and we thank God for you and thank God for your business. Okay. Have a great day, sir.
Linda.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, this has been the Marketplace Connection. I hope you have enjoyed it. I've had two wonderful guests. I am just so excited about what we are doing. This is a new year for us. We're getting used to doing things a little virtually, but guess what? We're not going to stop. We're going to even do even the more. So I thank you all that have been a part of our audience today. Please take note of the numbers and the people that we brought before you, and we will see you again next week on the Marketplace Connection. Bye-bye.